Good morning, everyone. It's Julie at the Paper Bag Lady 1, and happy Saturday! It's a beautiful, cold Saturday here in Pennsylvania. I don't know what the weather's like for the rest of you, but that's what's happening here. I'm toasty warm in my studio, and I'm here to show you a junk journal that I finished. And this is for a swap with Amanda. So Amanda, if you didn't want to see this ahead of time, I'm sorry, here it is. But I had to video it because I always video all my junk journals because it's just impossible to take pictures of the whole thing. So anyway, here's my junk journal, and Amanda really likes shabby chic, and this, I must tell you, was a challenge for me. I think I'm pretty pathetic at doing shabby chic. The way I lay out, especially my flowers and things, is very structured, and I've noticed shabby chic tends to have a lot of layering and things, and it's just like this big warmth of coziness that kind of reminds me of a big fluffy bedspread and all kinds of stuff going on. I don't know if that makes sense. It's early. But anyway, but I tend to be very structured. The flowers go here and this goes here. So it's kind of hard for me to do all sorts of layers and putting stuff in. So I tried mightily, and hopefully I was successful. So this is my junk journal, and it's just made with chipboard covers. And then I covered them with, and I have to tell you, this paper, I think it might be a Making Memories paper. I'm not positive, but at any rate, that's what I did. It is 6 by 8 is the size of it. So I covered it with that, and then here's some light pink seam binding eyelet trim, and the seam bindings here in 3 different colors. And then in the back of this image, I just took a big wide piece of white lace and chopped off a square and plonked it on there. Well, maybe it was a little more careful than plonking. Like I said, I had to think a lot. I did this image, and then here's this frame, which I actually sprayed with vintage pink glimmer mist, and that was too whoo. So then I covered it with creme brulee, I think it was creme from Lindy Stamp Gang, and I still didn't like it. And so then I just kind of went over it with a real light layer of white acrylic paint, and then I was very happy. So there it is, and then we just have some little flat back pearls there. And here in the corners, what we have is an assortment of doilies and Prima flowers, and then these little cloth or fabric or ribbon rosettes. I have no idea where I got them. I just found a bag of them, and I said, oh, looky there, I think I'll use them. So that's what these are. And then behind, I took some more of this pink eyelet and just kind of took a little piece and then kind of folded it over and bunched it like a fan and stuck a brad through it to adhere it, and then kind of put it underneath to give it that little look there. And then over here we have a little tiny dress form, which is a laser cut from Gina's Designs. I love them. I have another project coming using some of her laser cuts, and I had just gotten an order from her too. So when I do the project with the other laser cuts, I'll show all the goodies that I got there. But for now, know that you can go to Gina's Designs. Is it .net? I don't remember. Again, so pathetic. At any rate, that's what that little dress form is, and I just kind of went over it with a little bit of the white paint. And then here we have these flat flowers, our Wild Orchid Crafts, and then this puffy one's a Prima, and then some more of those little ribbon roses and the pink eyelet kind of tucked behind. So that's the cover, and then you go inside, and inside is covered with, that is actually the reverse side of the paper that's on the front. Oh, and what I did is before, you probably can't see that, but to cover the chipboard, instead of painting it, before I put the front and the back papers on, I covered it with, I think I have another piece here, this really thin kind of linen-y weave stuff. And what this is from an old photo album of some sort. And this was the page, these were in between the pages, I imagine, to protect the pictures. And I just cut them out, and then I used that to cover the chipboard so that you wouldn't see the naked edges, and I didn't have to paint it, which is kind of a pain to do. So anyway, so then we have some more eyelet here on the inside, and doily, and some more of the same types of flowers that are on the front. And then this is a library pocket. I actually have I have library pockets, but they're kind of like that yellowish manila color, and that was just too whoo for me. So I took one apart and traced it, and then made my own. And then on the front here I put one of those book plates that I just found at my thrift store, and a library card inside. And then throughout, it's pretty simple. I just have papers. These are Tim Holtz papers, and I can't remember what it's called. Shabby Vintage, maybe? I don't know, but it was from a paper pad that had these papers in pinks and blues and in grays. And I originally bought it because I thought it'd be fun to do like a vintage baby album, a boy one and a girl one. And of course I've done neither and have used the papers for other things entirely. But so they are stamped it. It's an Ink-a-Dink-a-Doo stamp, can't remember the name. Here is this is some packaging from some stickers. I just folded it in half and made a little pocket out of it. And then a big hunk of paper. This is from a vintage book. I know that Amanda likes vintage women, the fashion type of thing, so we have that there. Here is some elementary school paper. Here's one of those little foldy card things that I found the other day at my thrift store. More paper, and here is a swatch from a, I have like a swatch book, an upholstery swatch book, and it was a lot of greens and earthy things, which was nice, but I found a couple that I thought might be sort of shabby chic, so I put them in, and then I made 2 little stick pins here. And I have to say that most of these things on the stick pins, the pin themselves, like the little wings, I know the wings came from Mo. This one I think might have come from Taya. I'm not sure. I have very few stick pin things and beads, so there you go. More paper. Here is some more of the Tim Holtz paper. Just use some stamps on there. And here's a vintage image that Cody had sent this to me. I think it was an album that she started, and I didn't end up using this in the thing, but she printed, she stamped, she did the edges, she did the whole thing. I just put it in the album. So thanks, Cody. Oh yeah, and I also put some more of those tab dividers on here. And more paper. If you notice, we have hunks of paper divided by random things. Here's a vintage kind of Victorian image from it was that Victorian date book that I had gotten a while ago that it was currently made, but had a lot of vintage images in it. More papers. Ooh, that's a big hunk. There is another one with a dress form stamp. Here's the tag. This is an image that I had actually printed out and was going to use in an album and didn't. And I was I was too lazy to stamp it or do anything fun on it. So we just put it in there. But the colors matched. And another one of those little note cards. Here is another piece of the fabric with 2 more stick pins in there. Again, the wings came from Mo. Thank you, Mo. Look, I'm using the metal. More paper. More Tim Holtz. Here's another tag. This one Cody sent me again. You can tell because it's all prettied on the edges with the stamping. Here is another image from an old book. And this one I chose because it had some floral things on it. And I also know that Amanda likes flowers. More paper. And this was another one of my, my tags. You can tell, nothing done to it, but it's pretty. And then that is the end. And then the back is just covered like the front. And there you have it. So that is my attempt at a shabby chic looking junk journal. I think it's somewhat successful. I would be glad to hear what you have to say. And I hope that Amanda will like it. Amanda, I'm getting your boxes packed now, and hopefully the mailman will not come early today and they will go out for you today. So everyone, I hope you have a great weekend. Thank you so, so much for watching all of my videos. I truly appreciate it, and I love hearing all the comments. I seem to entertain a lot of you, and I'm so glad that I can do that. I personally find this very entertaining myself. I find it entertaining that people are actually interested in what I have to say and what I have to show. So anyway, have a great weekend, everyone. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you soon. Bye.